Hi, good morning. This is Mavish Anis. I am a teacher and head of department here at private school in Dubai, UAE. Today I'm going to present my research proposal, which is an assignment in Unit 610. And let's move forward with the presentation. So I'm going to talk about my research, why this topic is important, and how I'm going to conduct it. So, as we all know, that because of COVID-19, there was a dramatic shift to online platform for the safety of students and teachers. And this has obviously affected and shaken up the student learning environment and the assessment strategies of the schools. The initial response to this change by higher education system was to postpone the exam, which we all know is not a long-term solution. So there is a dire need to move to an online system for assessment as well. The chief executive of AQA board said it would be possible to introduce an online assessment in as little as 3 years. Several GCSE and A-level exam board have already declared this research project, and AQ itself has launched a pilot with 2,500 students and over 100 schools, and we were also a part of that pilot project. OCR is also exploring the possibility of digital first qualification. So nowadays, as people are spending their time on devices, I think the exam should have a digital element as well. But there comes a question that would it be beneficial? Yes, obviously, in a situations like pandemic that happened suddenly in 2020, and then it will be a shift to allow adopted test, which it will be tailored to each student need, and it will get harder or easier depending on the student ability. So it would get rid of that tired exam, which currently means that a student can enroll for foundation papers, and the results are also limited to the grades that they can achieve. Because a student can sit slightly, in a slightly different exam. The adoptive test can allow a student to take the exam at different timing as well. So it's not only about taking it in summer. So it will be like when ready basis, then the digital assessment will improve exam integrity as well, because there will be no need of moving millions of papers here and there from, let's say, UK to Dubai, and it will be done online through using softwares. So it is really good to move to an online system. And this, do you think that this computerized based exam, it's new and it doesn't exist? No, in Wales, it's already started, and they use adopted computer-based national numeracy and reading assessments for people from the age of year 2 to year 9. And also in GMAT, which is used by American business schools, where hundreds of thousands of people sit for exam every year. So this northward the shift from traditional past paper to on-screen assessment present one of the most historic and dramatic change in examination. And this recent development made me, explore more about this topic and choose this as a topic. So the roadmap of this presentation is like I'm going to discuss the literature and then the framework, which is the idea behind my research and the methodologies I used or I'm planning to use, and the ethics that are involved, obviously, when you're doing this research. So after roadmap, we are going to talk about the literature review. So Ardred in his studies indicate that online examination can discern a true pass from a true fail with a high level of accuracy. Bowie and his group said that there is no difference in student performance in computerized exam compared to paper-based exam, and investing in computer-based exams may benefit the younger generation. The Sika and O'Green, the findings suggest that there is a significant improvement in student performance on computer-based exam, and the sample size was like 59 students. They took two exams, like 29 to 30 students each class, and it was done in United States. Abdur Rahman concluded that students showed positive attitude towards implementing e-test and keeping in mind the technological things and kept, thoughtfully, arranged thoughtfully. The research was done in Delta University, Egypt. Khalaf, he claimed that better time management and the absence of technological issues, the online exams is going to be successful and with both students and staff satisfied. This study was done in the University of Sharjah, the College of Dental Medicine. Qarabad and Abu Dhabi, in their investigation, they received responses from students who indicate that they were well prepared technologically for online exam, and the participant who came from that background have positive attitude towards the exam, and it eliminates its negative impacts. So the population was around 30. The sample size was like 350 undergraduate students from two different universities in Abu Dhabi. Then I believe that because all these studies they were talking about the infrastructure and the technological improvement, the arrangements and everything, they missed out on discussing um, the point which is related to the attitude or the perception of students and teachers in implementing this thing. So I believe there is a gap in literature, and that's why I thought of doing research on this area, where I'm going to research about the relationship between these scores and the attitude of students and teachers towards implementing it. So my developing question at this point is evaluation of student performance and its relation to evaluation of student perception and its relation to student performance in computer-based exam. And obviously, you know that for every research, there is a background, there are frameworks to be followed. So, which is actually building foundation for the research, right? So, the conceptual and theoretical framework for my study, here it is. Now, this these are the concepts which are there in the literature I read, and the concepts which were in my mind while doing this research. So I think that there is a relation between perceptions and performance, and they both comes from student attitude. If the student feel that the computer is easy to use and it's really useful in shifting to the computer based exam, then they will have a positive attitude. And obviously these things comes up from the familiarity. If they are familiar, they feel that this is their desire, and the technical, obviously the technical and facilitating conditions are available. That means that they are ready to take computer based exam, and obviously this will impact their perception, their attitude toward doing it, and obviously the end result or the academic results will be better, improved, which is actually the performance in CVA. So that were the concepts in my mind when I was planning this research. There were two theories also involved. So my theoretical framework here, it shows two theories. One which was the background theory for the perception part of my question, and the other one about the performance part of my question. So when it comes to perception, I followed a theory called TAM theory, which is you can see the same words in my concept map. It's a theory called technological acceptance model, and it says that the attitude towards doing things drive from the perceived ease of use and perceive usefulness of the thing. Like in this case, the computer based exam. So if the student feel that it's easy to use and it is useful, then his attitude towards using technology will be positive, is a positive behavior and intention uh, will be there, and obviously then he will start actually using it. This positive attitude is also related to the motivation to do this thing. So I relate it here to motivation, which will actually drive the effectiveness of implementing this thing. Another thing which is about the performance, I followed IRT theory, which is the formation of a computerized adaptive system. So how this work that the item responses design in this testing is like, when a student will respond in a high level answer, then the computer will select the next question which is comparative to the ability of the student. So this is how we say that the exam will be as per the student ability, and it will not be same for all of them. So that you know, sometimes I feel that having one exam for all type of students, it's wrong. So we can eliminate all the traditional pen paper exam drawbacks by implementing the computerized adaptive testing by using the item response theory, and obviously the drawbacks of more time and the problems in accuracy or delay in feedback will be eliminated, and this immediate feedback will motivate the student to do it effectively and perform better. So this is my framework, and then let's talk about the methodologies. So I'm going to follow the pragmatic approach, and my methods will be mixed method with a combination of semi-structured interviews as to record the perceptions and the field experiments for the scores and performance, and surveys to get an additional idea about the student approach to these things. I'm going to analyze these methods by using thematic for interview, ANOVA and SPSS, and like escape for quantitative tools. This will be a conversion methodology, and it will follow an inductive approach, and I'll be coming up to finally getting a clear idea of how they are related. And ethics, yes, the very important aspect of research will be followed. All the ethical consideration will be taken care of related to sharing the information sheets with the parents, getting consents, keeping their privacy, autonomous, transparency clear, and not having any question which can affect them mentally or physically. And obviously, they will have the rights to withdraw, and they will be participating voluntarily. So all the ethical consideration will be taken care of. And finally, the conclusion of my presentation. So if I'm going to do this research is expected to give information about perceptions and performance of students and their relationship. It will enlighten teachers and administrators to plan and develop a better computer-based test, and it will provide recommendation for the exam boards and the Ministry of Education to improve in test administrations. These are the references which were used for developing my presentation. And that's it. Thank you very much. I hope you like my presentation, and I'm hopeful that I'm going to create something good, something new for my students for giving them a better future, inshallah. So thank you very much for listening to me. Bye.